Well, howdy, 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 nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this, another brand new day. Yes, indeed, a brand new day. It is late, a late start for me. It's after 8 o'clock. Hokey smokes. I slept not wonderfully, and in fact, I spent a lot of my time trying to sleep on my right side. Now, I can sleep on my right side now for about an hour, maybe 2 hours before my back just hurts so much I have to turn over, but just laying on one side all the time is painful as well. So I can't just lay on my left, so I have to turn onto my right. Luckily now I can do that. It's something I have not been able to do for a few years now, so it's been very painful just laying on my left side. So now I can lay on my right side at least for a little while. So I was doing that through part of the night. And so when I swap back over to my left, it hurts because I'm relieving the pressure and the way my spine bends, and so everything is going, oh, and just going back into normal positions, and that all hurts for a while. So it's joyous and fun. But then I woke up about an hour ago, and so I've been trying real hard to get things together so I can start recording, because I want to try and hit the food bank today. I want to get into their system. They're open today and tomorrow. They're only open 2 days a week, and it's from approximately 9:30 to like noonish. Obviously, the sooner you get in, the better. So my plan was to wake up a little early, get all this recording done so I can get to the food bank and get into the system and see if there's anything that I can get. I can still make it, I just won't be there like first, which is okay, because the bad part is, of course, there's always a line. And it moves slow because it's not something you can rush. Going through the lines, giving people food, doing that sort of thing, it takes time. That's standing time. I don't use a walker anymore, so excuse me, I don't even have anything I can sit on anymore while I'm standing in line. I've only got 20 minutes. Approximately a stand-up time. I can stretch that out, of course, to an hour if I can move a little bit instead of just standing. Because if I have to stand and not move, then that's it. I got 20 minutes in me and then I'm done. But if I've got at least a little bit of maneuvering room, I can stretch that out. And it's sometimes longer than just an hour to go through the lines. So it's going to be a fun day going through the line. I got to get back into the system because way long ago, maybe 8 years ago now, when my wife was still alive and we needed help, and I would go through the food bank line. But that was back when, 8 years ago. Times have changed economically. Systems have changed. I'm not married and taking care of anybody anymore. I've got just me, and that's completely different. So I've got to be altered in their system if I'm even in it anymore. So there's gonna be fun. Annoying. But such is life. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. Also, I've talked before about how I don't mind spiders now. I mean, I mind them. I'm arachnophobic, but I try to do my best to take care of spiders without killing them. I talked before about how I've had some of the spiders that I've seen. Like, there was one in the juncture between ceiling and wall up there yesterday that yesterday night was gone, so it went traveling and I know no idea where it went. And I've had other spiders, orb weavers and such right by the window. I have a wireless card in my computer for the Ethernet. Well, not the Ethernet, the internet, because it's not an Ethernet cable, because it's Wi-Fi. Unfortunately, my housemates have the cable modem in their room and they're not going to stretch a cable, so I've got to go with Wi-Fi. But I've got the Wi-Fi antenna things sitting up on top of my computer now. They used to be down further into the corner where I've got a subwoofer box where that system doesn't even work anymore. I just use all that just as a... Well, it used to be a speaker system, and then cheap-ass Logitech, Walmart stuff just stopped working. But the connection works to keep it so I can plug stuff into the connector up here from it. So I keep it all plugged in so I can keep my headphones and other speakers plugged into the external part. But point being, the antennas for my Wi-Fi used to be down on there. Now it's on the computer. So I took a look this morning on one of the antennas for it, you know, because it's got little rabbit ear type things, and there was a big old orb weaver type spider on it. Not orb weaver totally, because it wasn't making an orb, but it didn't look like a real wolf spider because it had the coloration of an orb weaver. But it was sitting up on top of one of the little rabbit ear things, and I didn't want to kill it. I don't like killing things. I choose not to kill. You can kill or not kill. We live in a world... Gosh darn it. We may live in a society, but at the same time we also live in a very harsh world that is kill or be killed, eat or be eaten. Civilization has taken a lot of those edges off the world, but life is dangerous and harsh. And unlike civilization where we live now, in the real world, if you aren't watching and looking just constantly, you are asking to have your spine torn out of your body, and then to have everything else come in, feast on what's left, and then what is left that doesn't get eaten becomes part of the topsoil and the rest of the world. That is the real world, not the happy and friendly world that we live in. And so you can choose, though, to kill or not kill. And I choose to not kill if I don't have to. Don't feel bad if you have to. That's what the rest of the world is like. I mean, don't kill people, you know, but I'm talking about insects and spiders and small animals and such like that. But take no pleasure in it, make it as fast as possible, and kill only when you must. And so I got a piece of cardboard, and I lifted the spider up, and it was walking slowly and carefully across the cardboard, so I just shifted the cardboard as I moved across the room. And then at this point it was, I hope you survive this sort of thing, but I'm not going to worry about it unduly. So I got to the window and just out. Now, it's not just going to fall straight like 15-20 feet down to the ground because I'm up on the second floor. There's a smaller eave that's like big enough for a cat to walk on. And so it's going to bump and then slide on that. And there's stuff, you know, so it's going to fall, but it's not going to go wee whoosh straight with terminal velocity. So I didn't want to kill it, so it's outside. It just has to get used to its new surroundings. Forced what? What's the word? Relocation. Yeah, it was a forced relocation program. That's a good way to put it. Yeah. Something like that. There was one time back in this closet here, I had opened this up like a year and some ago, because I store boxes and pet stuff inside of there. But then up inside of this corner, there was one of those tiny body, gosh darn it, tiny body, huge leg spiders. And it was protecting an egg sac, and then later on there was a bunch of tiny little babies up there. The problem was, of course, it's up in the corner. And this was already in the shadow of a whole bunch of tiny dead baby spider corpses from a previous spider that had tried to do that. So it was like, oh, you're all going to die in there. So I just shut the door and didn't even worry about them. They're going to die in the closet. There's no food for them in there. So there was no invasion of spiders. They all died in there. I checked it out later. Bunch of tiny little baby spider corpses. But life is harsh, especially in nature. Nature is red in tooth and claw. And if you're not watching 99% of the time, at 1% is your luxury where you get to relax a little. But if you're not watching, you're going to die. And everything else is going to feast on what's left of you. And then what's left of that, hey, you're just part of the rest of the world again. It's harsh. It's cruel. It's life. We like to think we're above and beyond and more than that, but hokey smokes, think of all the people that have died before this moment. They estimate there's anywhere up to like 177 billion people that we can count as people from the beginning of time till now. How many of these people does anybody remember? How many names are remembered? So few. And even at that, it's just a name. And what does that mean? But that's okay. I mean, there's nothing wrong with this. There's nothing wrong. I don't want to try and say there's anything horrific and depressing about that, because that's life. We are part of life. We are part of the life stream. We are part of the world. You know, the smallest and the meanest of us is still a part of this world, and that is a beautiful and awesome thing. There's nothing wrong with life the way it is. And of course, the statement when people try to say, you know, how everything has been perfectly designed for life on this planet, don't forget that gosh darn it. This is so annoying. It was a good 20 minutes after I had smoked any cannabis products, and my voice was fine until I started to talk. But of course, I'd also been sleeping all night, so it's not just the irritation from the smoking of cannabis products, but it's also shaking loose everything that's been settling in place over the last 6 hours. So my sincere apologies. But when there are those people that say, and I had misspoken before about it's how the universe is finely tuned for life, don't forget that once you leave this tiny, tiny little ball that we live on, 99.9, and go about 1 or 2,000 zeros or nines, and then put the percent sign of the universe will kill you instantly once you go there. This is a very hostile universe. There is no place that we can live except for this one tiny little ball surrounding an obscure sun in just a moderately large galaxy in the middle of a galactic cluster in the middle of a gigantic universe. 99.999999999999999% of this universe will kill you almost instantly. Only this one tiny little place that we are on will keep us alive. This universe is not finely tuned for life. This universe wants us dead. We are an aberration. We are not the normal part of the universe. This universe may have been set up in such a way that on this one tiny little ball an accidental blip of life occurred. But this universe is huge. And we are very, very tiny. And everywhere except for this tiny little ball of dust wants us dead. And so, of course, we're killing the planet as fast as we can. And if we don't stop within the lifetime of many of the people watching this video, everybody on the planet is going to die because business people are making money right now. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. I'm not reading them right now. I'm going to read them afterward. Thumbs up each one I do. Answer as many as I can. But for right now, I'm thanking you for having left a comment. Good comment, bad comment, indifferent comment. The fact is you left me a comment. Thank you so very much. If I mispronounced a username, and I've done a pretty good job of pronouncing people's usernames, even some of the worst ones I've been told in comments, you got it spot on. So I do better than most, which is still not perfect, but I try. And it's a range of 20 to 25 because even though I count in American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand right in front of my face with my fibro, depression, brain damage from alcoholism, and more, my memory is 1,000% better. It's getting better all the time. But if you watch me, you can see how often I have to drag hold with my fingers and pull memories back into my head as they're being dragged out. So it's a miracle sometimes. I barely got. I have enough comments. So, Joel Fennel, greatly appreciated. Ice Damon, thumbs up and thank you. Sports 23-7, thumbs up and thank you. Denial, greatly appreciated. Nikolai King, thumbs up and thank you. Akil Moore, greatly appreciated. Some guy named Jamie, greatly appreciated. Volcanzio Musasan, thumbs up and thank you. Revenge Gaming, greatly appreciated. Kathy Kitscat, here's hoping it goes well. Big Ol' Worm, thumbs up and thank you. Squid Shock, greatly appreciated. Kieran Slipknot fan, and don't worry, I think he's got a good heart. He's just not been careful. Matt Jaros, greatly appreciated. Sebastian Ferris, thumbs up and thank you. Wesker the Baker, greatly appreciated. Paladin Walliam, thumbs up and thank you. Alive Too Long, I don't think there is such a thing, even though there is, but that's getting philosophical. Hitler with a period, thumbs up and thank you. Adrian Gonzalez, thumbs up. Rice Cream Puff, greatly appreciated. Ben Lowell, thumbs up and thank you. Oh my God. ZDENE with a, and then a K, and then VYSLOUZIL. I cannot pronounce that, but thank you very, very much. It is appreciated. Confused Owl 29, thumbs up and thank you. And last but not least, Video Gamer 1824, thumbs up and thank you. When I was in the Air Force, I had to take care of people at the front counter. We had some person with a Polish name. It was just a bunch of consonants with the occasional line over it. It was pronounced Chef Shay. So I don't even try because I don't know. So I don't want to butcher it because I know I can't do it. And if you could check out my various links, I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com, NearlySeniorCitizen.com. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. But if you cannot donate or you simply do not donate, I do take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest, so thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, I do appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. Definitely a thumbs up. And if you could subscribe to the channel, that would be very cool, very awesome. I would understand if you did not wish to. I mean, if you've ever followed my channel, I don't look anything like I used to even 2 years ago. I continue to change as my recovery and my brain gets better, so definitely a thumbs up. But if you are down with subscribing, I will do my very best to keep you entertained from now to the literal end of time if I don't drive you and myself mad, clearing my throat all the time. It's driving me insane, but such is life. I mean, hopefully I don't have lung cancer. That's what my mother died of. So, hey, what do you say? Anyway, though, I've got this video. I got another video coming up. I've got to work on a song mutilation for tomorrow. I really enjoy making those. It is a fun, creative time. It's weird, it's bizarre, it's dream-like logic, and that's the whole point. It's supposed to be disturbing in visuals and audio. It's supposed to make you feel like it's a dream. Thumbs up for that. So you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that, my friend, is a very good thing. Definitely a thumbs up. So I gotta make it to the food bank.